Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 7th episode of The Ruins of Warsaw. I'm Alexandra, and I'm a storyteller.
Hi, I'm Dolores, and I'm playing Janina of Clan Bruja.
Hi, my name is Faye, and I'm playing Bea of Clan Malkavian.
Hi, I am Aurora, and I'm playing Mara of Clan Nosferatu.
And as always, we have my partner who is acting as a mod in the chat, for which I'm very grateful. So last time, when we played, the coterie found themselves at Elysium. They were introduced to the prince, answered few basic questions about themselves, and then were left to mingle with various Warsaw kindred. They've encountered some, at least seemingly friendly people. Mara felt very well and tried to shine and got into what she considers a conflict with the Toreador Primogene. And she and Janina also made some comments about him that were kind of risky.
It's fine.
But they also managed to find Bruno, about whom Felicia, Bea's sire, was asking, and talked to him briefly. They asked him about Estella, but he seemed very disturbed at the mention of her. Bea was approached by coterie members who died when one of them betrayed them to Sabat, and talked to her, thinking that maybe they could work together to answer that betrayal. After which, the whole coterie was gathered by the sheriff, who told them that they would receive a task, and he will give them details the following night. And they were provided with transport back to their haven, or to the area around their haven, not to the exact location. They returned home to Felicia and Roman, who were sitting there in silence, both very focused on whatever they were doing, not really speaking to each other. But they talked to coterie, who returned about their night at the Elysium. Roman was informed that his sire is now the Nosferatu Primogene. Felicia expressed concern about the Toreador Primogene and how all that will play out. And you are all to go together to the Elysium again, for Felicia and Roman to be Marilla. But for now, we're all asleep as the sun shines over the ruined city. And as the sun sets, Janina, as always, you are the first one to wake up. By the way, you can all detract your blood for waking up. You can also regain willpower. And I think, Aurora, that Mara can actually regain a point of willpower for her time at the Elysium as well, because that corresponds to her demeanor very well.
Yeah. See that, Primogen.
I forgot about it 2 weeks ago, but I've had it somewhere at the back of my head, so you can regain willpower for that as well. Janina, you wake up. And as you do, you hear someone crying upstairs. And you hear footsteps running down and someone shouting to someone to wait. And following.
I'm gonna go to the door and check, open a creak and peek if I recognize the person, because my suspicion is that it's the lady I met earlier. So
yes.
In case it's her, I'm gonna go forward to her.
Yes, so what you see is you see actually a a girl who lives upstairs, the daughter of Halina, your neighbor, running down the stairs, crying and shouting for someone to wait, and Halina is right behind her.
Good evening,
And-
Halina. Okay.
And they are heading for the door, like the outside door.
Yeah,
so
okay.
do you come out to
Yes,
intercept?
I will come out and I'm gonna just look at them and ask, is everything all right, Halina?
So the girl ignores you and runs out, shouting, Pavel, wait, and crying. And Halina stops, looks at you, and she looks at the door again, kind of startled. Oh, hi. Yes, it's all right. I mean, it's not. I'm all right, but my son. Well, I just need to talk to him for a moment.
Of course.
And she runs outside. Do
Okay.
you follow?
No, I won't follow her. Like, it's kind of rude.
Yeah.
So I will stay. I will not go completely inside, but I go to our door and I wait for her to come back.
So you hear some arguments and more of the girl crying.
And the girl is inside? Like,
No, the girl is also outside, and she's
okay.
basically she is crying and she's asking her brother to stay, and then she shouts that she hates him and he always ruins everything, and then wants him to stay again. And Halina is also there, like trying to stop him. Think, please just stay. We can talk about this. And he's shouting like, I need to get out of here. And you hear footsteps.
Okay. So
And then after a moment, they return inside. Halina with Ala, her daughter.
do you want to talk about it, Halina? Is everything all right?
No, it's just Ala, go upstairs, please. Looks at her, really angry. Looks at you, and then she just runs up. Halina looks to you. No, it's my son.
Is he acting up again?
He turned up drunk at work and got kicked out.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
He's a good boy, really. He's just taking the death of his father so hard. I don't know what to do. I wish he talked to me or stop acting this way, but...
Do you maybe want me to talk to him? How old is he?
Oh, he's like about 17, 18, from what you've seen.
Okay.
The girl is in like early teenage years. Janina looks to you. If you could, I don't know if anyone can get through to him, but maybe I'm. You should take some responsibility. I know it's hard for him, but it's hard for all of us. And I'm sorry, I'm babbling. She sits on the step and just hides her face in her hand, starts crying.
I'm gonna hug her gently and go with her to her door, and I'm gonna trying to calm her down, and I'm gonna tell her, well, do you know where he went?
Probably somewhere to drink more, and I'm not sure he goes with his friends, maybe to the bar nearby, maybe somewhere further.
All right, so
they roam all over the area.
If I have time tonight, I'm gonna check the bars, and if I'm gonna see him, I will try to talk to him. And if not, then maybe I can come by your flat and maybe we can talk.
Thank you. I really want to help him. I just don't
Of course you are.
It's getting to be too much.
Yes. Go relax. It's gonna be okay.
Thank you. You're a good friend.
And you are too. I'm sure he's gonna turn up fine. He's just processing what's happened to his father.
She nods and she smiles at you, but it's a very forced smile. And then she goes inside.
Okay, I get
You
back.
hear her sobbing.
I will
You get
try
back.
to. Yeah, I get back and I try to remember to, if I have time, to try to look for the boy and trying to come up with some good arguments I could use for him.
Meanwhile, Mara, you wake up. You are alone in the room. Janina went out somewhere.
I try to hear if I hear something odd going on around, or it seems all calm and peaceful.
As you listen closely, there's nothing immediately suspicious. There's some normal noise from the streets. You hear the sound of horse hoofs from like a horse-drawn carriage that you sometimes see in the area. You hear some voices shouting. You hear footsteps. Very occasional engine of a car from somewhere in the distance. And you hear footsteps coming downstairs, and soon Janina enters the flat.
Okay, so if everything's okay, I'll just go to my usual duty of the night of preparing tea for mama and girls. I don't hear any dogs, right?
Well, you hear some dog barking somewhere in the distance.
Okay. With a chill fever running down my spine, I prepare tea.
You prepare tea. As Janina, you enter, you see Mara getting ready to prepare tea.
Good evening, dear.
Good evening. Out for a walk?
Oh no, just our neighbor Halina, and she has problems with her son again. The teenage boy. He apparently got drunk and got kicked out of work. And she's distressed. I promised her that if I get to talk to him, talk some sense to him if I can.
Once a nurse, always a nurse, apparently.
Yeah. You know, she seems like a good lady, and she's now alone with 2 kids. It's hard.
I can, if nothing works, I can try to just old-time Fable style scare him into work.
I knew you will say that.
Like,
Let's leave this option.
I'll eat
as the
you
last
if you
resort.
don't work. Okay. Just putting on the table, you know.
I will
It
not.
can work, you never know.
What about the radio? You have any new interviews or like events?
Okay, I admit that our new job for Camarilla have made me slightly forget about this. Let me check. I have Mara have any appointment for?
You don't have an appointment. Last time you arranged with Isa that you will show up and arrange another one. So you have to go and arrange an appointment for when would be good for you.
Okay, no problem. I can go and make an appointment whatever I want.
Oh,
obviously.
Nice. That's good.
But I suppose that would be better after we survive.
What are your feelings about this. Do you think we will get something dangerous or something boring bureaucratic stuff?
My guess is they either they will give us something incredibly dangerous because they don't want to do it, like
we are expendable.
The rookies that gets all the shitty jobs,
or
something incredibly dull just to out of spite, just to show us that we are the rookies, like
Yeah, I don't know what I want from these options.
I don't know either.
Let's see.
It depends, and I think we will have to have this conversation at some point. Okay, putting aside my little game with pretty hair and his clan. Putting aside that, I probably should have a conversation about what we want to do. Like, we want to, I don't know, find some sort of, I don't know, job, things like that in Camarilla. We want them to ignore our existence the most we can.
I really don't know what to think about them yet. Like, I don't want to get on their bad side. So
no.
But at the same time, I don't really want to be like a slave and to do everything they want. But like for now, I think we don't have another choice. So
no.
We will see.
If we are very good at whatever, we will, of course, be very good at whatever they make us do. They will probably make us do more. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I just don't want to.
But if we do a shitty jobs, they'll probably kick us out. So
yeah,
there's no winning.
I don't really know what to expect, so we will have to see how they treat us. But for sure, it's better than Sabbath. So.
Oh, well, okay, yes. Better than fires, yes. Job is always better than dying, horribly screaming.
Meanwhile, there, you wake up. And as you do, you see Felicia on the bed next to you, lying there as always, very pale, completely still.
I slowly sit up and start going through the process of getting ready for the day. I'll see my notebook on the side table and just sort of flip to the last couple of pages. Just refresh the memory a little bit. But otherwise just start getting ready and wait for Felicia to wake up.
So as you're finishing to get ready, Felicia indeed stirs and opens her eyes and sits up.
I'll go and sit next to her on the bed. Good evening, Mother.
Good evening, my dear.
How are you feeling?
Oh, much better than yesterday, thank you. You helped me so much. I don't know if you wrote that down in your little book.
I don't think I did, no. But I'm glad I could help.
I taught you how to do something, and you did very well. It really eased my mind.
I'm glad I could help,
so
Mother.
I am very grateful. I better get ready. We have a big day ahead of us.
Shall I brush your hair?
Oh, please.
I shall do that.
And you start brushing her hair. She sits there, smiling at you. How are you feeling in that moment?
Comfortable. This is familiar. I'm sort of glowing in the praise that she's given me. It feels good.
she seems to feel very comfortable as well. You can notice still a little bit of pain in her movement. It reminds you that she's still hurt. But she looks genuinely happy to have you there. And you are done after a while. You help her pin her hair up elegantly. She starts putting on makeup. You can go ahead and join your sisters if you want.
I'll see you through.
See you soon. And you leave, and she takes out a lipstick and starts putting it on her lips. And you see Mara and Janina sitting in the living room with cups of tea.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Tea?
Always.
Always. I give Bea her cup of tea because I think we all have our particular cup. And I put the one for Felicia on her chair or where she usually sat. And I'll bring a sugar even if probably doesn't make any difference. I can tempt you with some sugar.
It seems a bit of a waste, to be honest, given it's just going to be going down the sink. But thank you.
You need to enjoy the beauty of pretending. She put a lot of sugar. Well,
thank you, dear.
To us and to our glorious beginning in the Camarilla.
Oh, yes.
I don't even believe myself when I say that, but I don't know. We will be fine, probably.
Probably. So hopeful.
You can do your reading, feeling thing about our mission today.
Oh, yes.
So we have still time to run to the end of the world if you feel like imminent. So,
very well.
Go.
I will start pouring out the tea to look at the tea leaves.
And you want to know about your mission?
Yes.
All right. Well, roll perception and awareness with difficulty 7.
Okay. That's 3 successes.
3 successes. Then you look at the shape of the tea leaves as you pour the tea out into the sink. How they are swept by the current of the liquid going down the drain. Some are stacked to the side, some go down the drain. Some are floated to the sides of the sink, forming a pattern, and you focus on the pattern. And you see someone lost in there. And you see pain. And you see fear.
Oh. Well, that bodes well. Pain, loss, fear, lost. I note it down and then take a seat back with the girls. Well, either one of us is getting lost or we're looking for someone lost.
Okay, you stay.
I hope the lost is not you.
Okay.
Well,
you are not allowed to go anywhere alone for the remainder of the night.
I regret
Oh.
speaking.
Just say the.
You know, that doesn't sound so bad. Looking for someone lost. We
No.
already did that, so
Jokes aside,
we have 50-50 about finding a lost person.
yes, since it's some sort of mission, I suppose it's likely we have to find someone.
There's going to be, or has been, I'm a little unclear on the time period, but there's pain, there's loss, and there's fear. All in all, it bodes well.
Yeah. It could go worse.
Well, I didn't see death, so
Well,
And how is Mother feeling?
she seems to be doing better,
Yeah,
thankfully.
that's good. I'm glad to hear that.
And as you ask that, the door to Bea and Felicia's rooms opens, and Felicia steps out. She is walking without that much of a problem now. Occasionally, like once as she heads for her armchair, you see her wince slightly, but she smiles at you very gently, happily. Good evening, girls.
Good evening, Felicia.
good evening. Does your tea ready? Don't let him get cold.
Oh, thank you. You're such a sweetheart. And she takes a cup of tea into her hands and mimics drinking, raising it to her mouth, enjoying the smell, closing her eyes slightly. But she doesn't drink even a sip.
Okay.
You have a little bit of time before you're supposed
much?
to.
It was 9 we were meant to be meeting them.
Yes, at 9 the cars
So like
are
a few
supposed to
hours, like 2?
like a couple of hours, yes, to about 2 hours, maybe a bit less now. So you can do something in that time if there's anything you
I
want to
probably hunt like always because I'm about to.
I would also suggest getting some blood, and maybe we can go to check the bar, where maybe we can find the boy of Halina. And I'm gonna tell Bea about our neighbor and her son.
Oh. I could potentially help him if he's struggling with feelings of
yes.
pain.
Of course, that's a great idea. I think that's awesome. So maybe we can go outside to the bar, feed, and maybe help the boy.
Mm-hmm. I could always ask Andre if he's seen him.
Yes, that's great.
Okay.
So you're going out, girls. I think I will wait here.
That's fair. We'll meet you back here at around 8:30.
Yes.
And we can make the walk together.
Of course, I'm not going anywhere. Can you please give me my knitting? And she
Yes.
gestures to the place on the table where she left some scarf she was making and wool.
I'll go and pick it up and take it over to her.
Oh, thank you. She smiles. And you head for the bar, right?
Indeed.
Yes. So you leave to the street. It's a clear night. It's not raining. There are a few clouds in the sky, but nothing more than that. There's a little bit of gentle breeze. There are quite a few people around, getting back from work, or standing somewhere smoking, talking in front of buildings that are in various states of disrepair. And you reach Bar Praga, which is, as usually, rather packed at this moment. There are a lot of people inside. There's few standing outside with glasses or with bottles of beer. You see Andrzej there behind the bar, serving some drinks, smiling, exchanging words with everybody.
If he looks up, I'll wave at him as I walk in, but...
He looks up, he smiles, waves at you as well, and then goes back to pouring a drink he was pouring. You see his wife go out with some plates of food as well, serving it to some people.
Okay. I'll lean into Janina and go, do you see our neighbor's son in here?
I'm gonna look for him to try to see if he's there.
You don't see Pavel there.
Okay. So it doesn't seem he's here, unfortunately. But maybe we at least can find something for us.
True. Well, if you girls want to look around, I'll maybe go see if Andrei's seen him at all. Sure. Could you give me a description of what he looks like?
Yes. And I'm gonna tell her.
Yeah, he's rather tall, kind of lanky teenager, with some freckles on his face, kind of blonde, gingery hair. So Janina describes him to you.
And sorry, what was his name again?
Pavel.
Pavel.
Okay. So I'll go and approach the bar and wait until Andrei's free.
So he finishes, takes some beers out, puts them on the counter, takes some money from somebody, turns to you. Ah, Bea, good to see you. How are you?
Good to see you too. Yes, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Same old, same old. But business is good.
Excellent.
You know, everyone is still a bit jumpy after all that's been happening in the area.
Oh, goodness. Has there been any more recent news?
I don't know. People have been talking some militiamen got assaulted in one of the archways to the courtyards. Nothing serious happened, but I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I just heard rumors.
Oh, goodness. Yeah. I was just wondering, you wouldn't have happened to see a young man who'd probably be sort of late teens, tall, lanky, freckles, sort of gingery blonde hair. It goes by the name Pavel.
Pavel, that's Halina's boy.
Yes.
Yeah, that's... just a second, he turns to somebody, accepts orders, serves a beer in the meantime, goes back to you.
Oh, I'll also slide some coins across the counter for my...
Yeah, he will sort of absent-mindedly just accept and give you
just
a bottle of some kind of beer.
Something, yeah.
Yes, he's been here quite a lot lately. I think he's taking his father's death pretty hard. Haven't seen him tonight, but he's been out drinking last night quite heavily with his friends. I
think he's been kicked out of work.
I suggested he go home. Maybe that's why he didn't show up here tonight. But apparently he didn't go home. I think he headed somewhere else to get drunk even more.
Yes. No, Helena.
Don't blame him really, but I wish there was more we could do.
Yeah, he's worrying his mother's sick, so we're just seeing if we could find him and talk some sense into him, but it doesn't look as though he's not here, obviously. So
that's very good of you. I might have a chat with him myself, but last night it didn't do much good. But then he was already drunk out of his mind.
I find it very rarely helps when they're already halfway gone.
No. But hey, that's why people come to me.
True.
Although I don't really... I I think there should be certain limits, at least to a young man like him.
Yeah.
Losing his work, even now when we need people working more than ever, that must have been really bad.
Imagine it's not doing anyone any good. Maybe don't mention to him that I told you that, but
Oh no. I know when to keep my mouth shut.
good. I figured it's always worth saying. Excellent. Well, thank you anyway. I'll not bother you anymore. You're clearly busy.
One of these nights. You enjoy yourself.
Thank you. I'll head back to the girls.
Meanwhile, Janina, Mara, what are you doing?
I'm trying to look for someone who could be our prey. And also how Mara looks.
Yeah, Mara, exactly.
Oh, yes.
How are you?
Okay, I was thinking about I'd probably be, since it's a bit of a tradition, like twin Janina, but
Okay.
twin Janina spy version, because we are going to a mission. So she probably generally like Janina, but dress like some sort of spy from a movie. Well, I don't know what kind of movie there were in 1947, but like a simple dress, black dress with a lot of actually useless, but they have the appearance of having things stored inside, a lot of belt, bags, and so on, and boots that seems comfortable, but are extremely high heels for no practical
I think
reason.
Mara's gonna
Are you looking
seduce
like-
people.
Are you looking...
like ridiculous, that haircut, like straight hair and cut like this. So very.
Janina.
Yeah, exactly. You're like noir femme fatale Janina.
Exactly.
All right. So what kind of people are you looking for? There are various people here. Some are enjoying their dinner. You're looking for someone who's alone. You're looking for two people.
Two people if they are drunk. And probably men. Only men.
I feel like I should tell you this, that if you drink from someone who's drunk, you might get drunk yourself.
Yeah.
And I assume you would know that by now.
Yeah.
It probably has happened in your own life.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a bit drunk, not like someone completely wasted.
Okay. Well,
I look at Janina and drunk.
there is
Okay, let's do this.
Do we see anyone?
there is a couple, like man and a woman, holding hands, eating dinner, talking to each other, drinking something. There is a group of young men. There is more of them. There's 4 of them. They're sitting at the table, chatting.
I'm sure they would enjoy a company like Mara.
They are glancing at Mara from time to time and at you curiously.
She's the pretty twin.
I'm looking very unapproaching, because I'm doing the character, so I'm very.
Okay, they're still looking. There is a few people who are sitting alone, reading the papers. There is a man who is like just sort of looking in his glass and drinking and looking in the distance through the window. There is a couple of women, 2 of them, sitting on the side of the bar, eating some soup.
I'm gonna tell Mara, maybe we can try to look outside the bar. It would be easier to get someone who's already outside, get him away from from the bar. And also, I think you should be doing the social today, because I'm still not feeling too great. And look at you; you look like a better version of me. So,
and just look.
By the way, you didn't actually roll for this, so please just roll manipulation and performance with difficulty 7, and that will cost you 2 blood points.
As usual, manipulation, few performance. Let's see. Acting.
Yes, acting applies.
2 successes.
2 successes. All right, you look more or less like Janina, and you have this femme fatale vibe to you. It's not exactly what you wanted, but it's pretty close.
Well, I'm just you can see what you can look like if you dress like this.
I don't want to dress like this. It seems like too much effort for me.
Yes, I'm just.
You joined them at this
You look
point.
great. You look great.
Because they spent a lot of time thinking.
Yes, I know. I'm actually cheating. I know. It's one of my favorite abilities, cheating. And well, let's go out. We have to wait for our wise and older sister.
Yeah, I'm gonna check on Bella.
She's there. She just joined you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Surprise!
I'm already here.
I've been here all along. No. Not seeing anything you like. I say, holding this rather useless thing of beer that I can't drink.
So yeah, I think it's better to hunt outside. So
Fair enough.
And I think you two should be doing the first stage, because I'm still not feeling great, and I'm still I don't want to mess up like last time. So.
Fair enough. We'll do the talking, darling.
So I just want to be served today.
on a silver platter for you.
Yes, please. At least today.
Such a spoiled twin. Okay, let's do this.
You're the prettier one, so I have to be the spoiled one.
Okay. Beauty need works. Okay, let's go.
Put that beauty to use.
Could I go and just hand the drink off to someone and just say, "Oh, I have to run off, but I'm not wanting this."
Yes, easily. You can leave somebody a drink with no problem at all. They will gladly accept
free booze. Excellent.
And outside, there are a few people just outside the bar. There are 2 men looking to be somewhere in their 40s, smoking and talking about how hard their day at work has been. One is talking about his kids. So they're chatting there. There are also 2 women enjoying some drink outside. There's 3 of them. They look like a group of friends. So that's in the immediate vicinity of the bar.
Janina doesn't like drinking from women?
Yeah.
Okay.
I prefer the men or drink.
Okay.
Or drinking. I'm sorry.
I presume we've picked up on this over the while we spent together.
Yes.
Okay, let's just go to ruin some man evening then.
Or improve it. You never know.
Yes, probably. Some of them probably. Okay.
Shall you take the lead or shall I?
What do you like?
I would really like to see Mara. Mara Mara in action with all of this to see me in other light.
I'll play wingman then.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be there like a watcher. I'm gonna look for people and militia.
I'll link arms with Mara and follow her lead then.
Okay. We need. I look around to see if I see 2 men at least, because we are.
They are smoking outside the bar. I thought you were going to them, or do you want to look for someone else?
Maybe I look at. But we do this near this place, or maybe.
I guess maybe a little bit further away might be good. I don't want to start putting Andre out of business.
Okay, exactly. So I try to. The idea would be if I see like drunken friends going home in some alleys, or if I see people.
I will lean into Mara beforehand though and go. Also, I would prefer them to be on the sober side, given we're doing a job for the sheriff this evening. We've already seen one person lose their job over showing up drunk.
Okay, no.
I don't really want to test that in this setting.
Follow Pavel's example.
Okay, don't be. No. Don't.
At least we would have a lot of more common ground with him when talking to him.
Hey, don't worry, we got kicked out of our jobs too.
Yeah.
Okay, don't be pub. Okay, not so drunk. I look for friends or people going home and not so drunk.
So
Bit drunk.
you see a teenage girl turning into some more narrow street at some point. She's carrying a rather large bag on her shoulder.
Okay.
That's the first person you see, like, who is not in a massive group.
But she's a girl, and there's not much food. Actually.
So I guess we're looking for a couple of people, 2 probably at most.
Okay, so you're looking for
We're being really picky. We're really picky.
You are being very picky.
Yes.
And, you might be realizing that you are slowly running out of time.
Okay.
But you see,
beggars can be choosers. So what I see.
Later on, as you go into the narrow streets, you see 2 teenagers, maybe about 16, who are kicking a ball from one to another, practicing their football in this dusty, fairly narrow street.
Okay, I feel really. Okay, teenagers.
You want some of this?
Okay, let's go. How could they flirting with teenagers? Let's go.
Right. We could just talk and not flirt. That's also possible.
You could do that, yes.
Yes, you're right. Okay, it's a bit waste for my appearance, but okay. I concur on this.
We could be lost. Ask for directions.
Janina will stay a bit behind, and she will give them some space and just look around.
Okay, you want the boring way, or you want a very, very creative way?
How creative is creative?
I don't know. I can invent some sort of. You see me, I'm a spy. I can tell them that we are looking for someone, but we can't say much. And we invent the people and ask if they have seen him. You have seen a very dangerous bald boy with a hammer in his hand and with a wooden leg.
Well, you're the one taking the lead, so
Yeah,
be
so-
my guest.
Okay, let's see what's strike my fancy. Let's see. I just for just for drama, not because it's absolutely necessary. I like a bit hide in the shadows, and I appear like I am suddenly appearing. Like a moment I was there was no one, and then there is this mysterious Janina femme fatale near them.
All right. So they look at you, confused, as one of them almost was about to kick the ball straight into like you and your face. But he stops himself. It's like, oh, sorry, I didn't see you there.
Yeah, so quite. I tend to walk quietly.
Well, he kind of moves to the side to let you pass, thinking that you just want to, continue further on.
Sorry if I interrupt your game. Can I have your help for a little bit?
Yeah, sure. What do you need, miss?
I was, having fun with my two sisters, and well, we lost my twin. I have no idea. I'm not of this part of the city. I have no idea where she can be. I don't know. I don't know exactly. I was wondering, and I get lost while I was searching for her. Bea is in the vicinity, or she's hiding somewhere.
Imagine if you're wanting, I've probably handed you a map beforehand and then went back into the shadows after.
So
no, where I.
In fact, no. Actually, I'll come with you. I'll be with
you.
Yeah. Why not?
Maybe if you could, I don't know, tell us where we are. Where I don't know. There are any bars.
No problem. No problem. He starts studying the map. His friend sort of comes over, curious.
I'll sort of stand next to one of the boys and have Mara next to the other, and sort of lean in towards the map and start pointing.
I wait for them to seem extremely focused on the map, and as soon as we are hidden or we are in the open.
You are in a sort of side street. You are mostly hidden.
Okay, so I wait for them to be very into the map and not paying attention, and I winks to Bea, and I bite one of them while it was pure
okay,
joy.
you can do that. They get into studying the map. They are kind of clearly not familiar to seeing like a map of the area. They're familiar with the area, so they're trying to no, we're here. No, we're here. And they get into a bit of an argument. And as that happens, Mara sinks her teeth into.
As soon as I see her going for it, I go at the same time. So I will also sink my fangs.
So we both start drinking. How much blood do you have at the moment?
4.
7.
7. Okay, Mara, please just roll me self-control with difficulty 5. It's fine.
Okay.
It's not too high difficulty. You're not that hungry. It's all pretty comfortable situation.
No problem. 2 successes.
Okay, so no problem. How much do you drink?
Enough not to. I don't want them to be in danger, so I guess 2.
Mm-hmm. So you can drink safely.
I'll take 1.
All right.
Because I'm wanting to leave some for Janina.
Yes.
On that note, Janina, do you approach?
Yes, when I see them drinking, I'm gonna slowly walk towards them, but I also keep watch while I approach them. And
There's nobody there. You're hidden. You're all right.
when Bea's done,
I'll gesture.
yeah, I will gently bite after her and drink one blood. And
All
I
right.
have five blood.
You have 5 blood. Out of?
Uh,
What generation are you?
12. I have 12.
Out of 12.
Yeah.
Just roll me self-control with difficulty 6.
Okay. Do I have any penalty because I have?
No, not for this.
Okay. I have 4 successes.
No
Wow.
problem at all.
Nice.
You control yourself. You stop drinking. And you have these 2 groggy teenagers that you leave in the street, I presume.
Yes, I will link arms with the girls and try to usher us out relatively quickly since we are on a time scale.
Yes, you need to hurry now. You took your sweet time looking for somebody. So
you're picky.
You have to hurry now to make it to the random
back
place. Felicia meets you there. I was beginning to get worried.
No.
Shall we leave? And she takes her coat, puts it
indeed.
on, takes a hat, puts on her head. She looks very elegant, as always.
I'll offer her my arm as we're leaving.
She links arm with you, smiles at you. Lead the way. I don't know where they're picking us up from.
Yes. I turn to the
Roman
girls.
is supposed to meet us there.
Do you ladies remember where we're meant to meet?
The street where we were picked, where we went out yesterday. So I don't remember the name, but I remember the way.
You can find it.
No
Bea
problem.
doesn't remember, but you two do. You remember where you dropped off. And as you get there, Roman is waiting there, leaning against the wall. He has like a stone he picked up. He throws it up in the air and catches it repeatedly as he's waiting.
Hey.
As you approach, he catches it and puts it in his pocket.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Well, good evening.
Look at us, family, on a stroll.
Yeah, that's some stroll.
Well.
He looks to Felicia, doesn't say anything. She looks to him. Good evening, Roman. He just glares at her.
Could I
I
activate
can't
aura
move.
perception?
Yes. That's perception and empathy with difficulty 8.
Okay.
Whose aura do you want to see?
Romans.
Okay.
3 successes with 1 10, so that makes it 4.
All right. So you see a flash of anger in his aura as he looks at Felicia. He's not generally in a bad mood. He's mostly calm. There is a little bit of anger and there is a little bit of disgust there. And you get like a faintest hint of sadness.
Is everything all right, Roman?
Just looks to Felicia, looks to you, smiles. Just one of these days, going to see some fancy people.
Fair enough. How does he
My
feel when he
sire.
looks? How does he feel when he looks at me?
There are still these emotions, but there isn't, like, there is a flash of warmth when he looks at you. Like, he's trying to suppress the negative stuff.
Okay.
For you.
It's evident that he glares at Felicia, or okay. So I don't even roll and...
No, you see it. That's just something you see. He's not, like, hiding it in any way.
I approach him and Bea take Felicia arm. I take in a companionable and friendly way.
And I will
by
join
the
from the
arms,
other
Roman.
side.
Yeah.
Okay, I will just Roman, my friend, and my first and favorite clanmate.
Well, I feel better already when I know I will observe you at the Elysium.
Yeah, you will have fun, that I can promise you. But I wait for a moment, actually, when Bea seems to be talking with Felicia, or they seem not to be paying attention to us.
You don't quite get this moment now. You might get it later, because you were cutting it pretty short, close to the meeting time.
Yes,
So the cars pull up. There are 2 cars. You see the same driver who gave you a ride back in one of the cars. Another of the hotel drivers in the other. One of them steps out. The others as well. Think, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
And they open the door for you.
Thank you. Mother, shall we get in together?
Of course.
I'll help her into the car.
So you help her into the car. Mara, you can get into a car with Roman if you want.
Okay.
I will stay with Mara and Roman.
You stay with Mara and Roman. Okay, and you start a drive back to Hotel Bristol across the river. Do you want to talk to Roman now, Mara?
The driver can hear us?
Yes, you are in the car with him.
Well, I try to keep my voice low, so we are just chatting, but not to drag attention, and keep the tone friendly and conversing. So probably the driver will not start listening, like, what you're... So, Roman, Felicia, what the hell happened?
He looks at you. Consider something for a moment. We had a bit of a disagreement.
Insight check.
Well, perception and empathy. With difficulty 6.
Insightful applies.
Yeah.
3 successes.
3 successes. He's telling you the truth. He feels uncomfortable talking about this. He's not sure whether he should be.
But
talking about this to you.
I get the sense that he's trying to make it seem less serious than it actually is.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. A disagreement. Okay, I don't know any of you two very well, but I never see you quarrel before.
Well, I guess it was bound to come up sooner or later.
It's something. Okay, I don't want to sound like some character in a movie, but you want to talk about this?
Not particularly. Like, listen, you and me are good, and me and your friends are good. Me and Felicia have issues, and we'll solve them or not. But
Okay.
sorry, I've never been a, heart to heart kind of type.
Yes, I did get this. I get the feeling. If you want, it's something, is a disagreement that will have some impact on us too, or is just something that?
No, we are good. I mean,
Okay.
I'll help you out when I can. And I
Thank you. I
guess
appreciate
I
it.
still wouldn't leave her on her own in a dangerous place. But,
It's good to know.
There's just some things. And he just waves his hand and looks out the window, kind of frustrated at, not quite at you, but more at everything.
To the world, okay.
And you arrive at Hotel Bristol. You get out of your cars, head inside. And as you enter, you see the same lobby with a big chandelier, the light sparking off its crystals, some plants near the entrances to the cafe. You hear the piano music coming from there. You see some people dressed in some in more evening type clothing, some as if they just came from an office, some in military uniforms. More in the cafe, but some stroll to the lobby, some are sitting on the balcony above. As you enter with one of the drivers, he just nods to a bald man you know to be Mariusz, the ghoul, who makes a call. And you stand there in the lobby. Felicia, looking around completely unfazed, smiling at the three of you. Roman looks at his feet, trying to hide his not very comfortable expression. Slight smirk that he fights not to have.
I'm gonna whisper to Rome. Were you here before? Sometime before?
Never had the pleasure. But then, I think none of these people were here before the war. I mean, that's not where we used to hang out.
And what was the place before?
There was, one of the tall buildings they built for, some company or other. This used to be one of the meeting places from our official business. There were a few cafes.
Was it this
that were
fancy
more for
or
social
less?
business. It wasn't as fancy.
I would prefer something less fancy.
Yeah, tell me about it. And soon, Lucian comes down and comes straight to you, smiling. He's as always very elegantly dressed, impeccable. Smiles at all of you. Gives a slight bow. Welcome.
Thank you.
Felicia, Roman, I presume. It's very good to see you. He looks to the three of you. I will have a task to discuss with you, but I'm afraid I have to take our new guests straight to the prince.
Of course.
In the meantime, feel free to enjoy the company. There are some people hanging around here. We also have a lounge that is just for us on the second floor. You can ask Mariusz for more directions if you want to head there. If you want to discuss any of our specific business, I would prefer it if you did it there.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I will find you there later.
Excellent.
Please follow me. Felicia smiles and follows. Roman smiles in this very artificial way and follows as well. And he leads them up the stairs, and you are left in the lobby.
So, shall we go to the lounge?
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Let's
At least
enter
there
the
would be-
battlefield.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Ask Mariusz for directions.
Yes.
Mhm. So you ask Mariusz for directions. He gives you directions to the room on the second floor. You can find it easily with not much problem. And you get to the lounge. It's not as big as the reception room you were in the previous night. It's smaller, but still fairly spacious. There are a few tables in there. There is the deep blue carpet and similar tapestries on the walls. Also the wall candelabras, similarly arranged as in the other room you've seen, but this time in blue. There is a piano in the corner. You see Bruno, whom you know, sitting at the piano, playing. You see Rahela sitting nearby in a chair, just looking at him, listening to music. You see Mihail, the Toreador Primogen, sitting. There are a few chairs together on one side of the room. He's sitting there in the middle. On his right side, there is a young-looking woman in an elegant, short black dress, with a short, curly black hair, just sitting there with a slightly bored expression. On his left, there is a also fairly young man in this checkered, a bit avant-garde suit with green and with thin, stylized mustache. So
His child, he's not with him?
no, she's not here at the moment. And there are a couple of other people you do not recognize. There aren't many people here at the moment.
Well, Janina, once she sees everyone and she sees the Toreador, she immediately ignores him like she didn't see him. And I think she looks at the girls and maybe we should go to the Bruno and Raquel.
Okay.
Yes. How close to Mihail are they?
Mihail is sort of to the left of you, in the middle of a room.
Right.
And they are in the right corner.
Right.
So you
we'd
have to go
past
him.
Well, I won't give him a second look.
Right. I'm going to link arms with both of them first. So I did look at my notebook earlier today.
Yes, you
And
have.
I'm the moment I look at his face, there's just this feeling of instant dislike. And I think I can put two and two together based on this.
Yes, you do get it. You get the feeling you dislike him.
Mm. I'm making some assumptions, but behave.
Yes, you will.
Thank you.
Well, Raquel.
I'll try to do my best.
I just don't look even at his direction. I look at the Bruno and Raquel. And not to everyone else if we pass any other kindred. Well,
I pass in the center of the room, but I not look at it in the Primogen direction. I just casually walk very slowly and elegantly with my girls in the center of the room.
He also ignores you completely at this point.
Yes.
It's war. The silent war starts.
I almost don't know if this is better or worse, but let's continue.
And you approach Bruno and Rahela. Bruno is playing a melody you don't know. It's very sad, slow and pained, and he's playing.
He's good at
Completely.
playing.
He is very good.
I think
he's playing. His eyes are closed. He's just playing.
Janina will nod to Raquel and she will enjoy listening to.
Rahela smiles at you. You also see a man sitting, not quite by Rahela, more like even further in the corner on a chair. He looks about 40, and he is looking at Bruno completely transfixed with adoration.
Mara just sits and listens to the music, her eyes closed.
Bruno is playing, and the melody gets more intense and faster. There is more of anxiety, unsettled emotions in it, and he's playing, and you see tears in his eyes as he's playing. Just little drops of blood. Yeah. Please roll for perception and awareness. With difficulty 8.
Okay. Okay. I've rolled 2 10s, so that's 4 successes.
4 successes.
Yes.
So you are listening to the music and looking at him and his fingers moving on the piano keys and his tears that still dripping off his face, covering it in blood. And you see some blood as he leans forward in emotion, fall to the piano keys, and then some of it, he catches his finger in some of it and smears it on other keys, and you're completely transfixed by it and scared, because in that you see danger and you see death. You see something almost predatory dragging blood around the keys. It's not Bruno, but you get a sense of something like that. You're not quite sure what it relates to, or what it indicates.
I pull out my notebook and I just start scrawling the vision as I see it. But otherwise, I stay quiet.
And after a while, Bruno finishes playing. A man who's been staring at him in adoration comes up, hands him a handkerchief, and he wipes his hands and his face.
Mara stands up and bow deeply to Bruno. I am an entertainer, so to say, myself, but I can only bow to a true artist.
He doesn't look at you, but he smiles, turns towards you. I'm glad to hear such kind words.
They are deserved, they are the truth, not kindness on my part.
I'm happy I can give the world at least my music, if not much else.
Art is everything you can do. He's a great
Shakes his head. He's clearly emotional still after playing. and his thoughts are not quite there. But he does acknowledge you, and you can sort of see that he does smile at you, but he's also thinking about something different.
I look at his other fan that joined the man who was listening to the performance.
Oh, he's now like putting away the bloody handkerchief, making sure like Bruno's face is wiped completely clean.
Does he look pale or more like a human?
More like human.
No.
Vahela looks to you. It's good to see you again. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
You know, worried, but I guess everyone is.
Indeed.
There is one person who went missing.
One of us?
Yes.
Who?
Toreador, Adela.
Adela.
Did we
I don't
meet her?
No, she was already gone.
Oh, okay.
But she still hasn't come back.
Adela, what we know about this?
Do we suspect it was Bat?
I would assume so. That seems to be the leading cause of people going missing.
I'm shaking as I put the lid on the pen.
She looks to you. Like even before that, she's been glancing to Bea, and she just looks to you. Are you all right? You seem very upset.
I've been looking at omens this evening, and I'm not seeing much good. Your sire's performance was excellent, but set something off. I'll be fine.
He's in a lot of pain.
More visions of some sort.
Yes.
And then, okay.
Danger, death, there's something predatory.
You never see something like happy success, everyone win. Always to be. Okay. Related to something in particular.
Not sure. I'd have to look more deeply. I can always try and tune into that later. I wasn't quite prepared for it this time.
So,
okay.
Maybe our task will be related to a missing Toreador girl.
Well, when I looked at our task for the evening earlier, it was the pain, loss, fear, something lost. That does seem likely.
It makes sense.
You said your sire is in pain. Does he need any help?
Oh, yes.
I don't think anything can help him. He's always in pain.
Okay.
She looks to him. And she's not hiding it. You can see that she's like cares about him and she's worried. He's been... I know he wants to save everybody. And so many people died. He can't forget. He never forgets. She kind of shakes herself off.
I just sit and watch him as she speaks.
He's sitting there, getting ready to play another tune. And starts playing, this time something calmer. The man who cleaned his face, just takes his place in the corner, again looks at him with adoration.
Well, I don't know if we can. No way to help him, I suppose. But if we can do something, just let us know.
I will.
Yes.
He's safe here. I'm happy about that.
Yes.
She looks tense now as she's thinking about it all. Looking to you when she talks to you, but otherwise turning to Bruno.
Janina definitely feels very touched and sorry for how he feels. And I think she has urge to hug him, but like she doesn't. she wants to.
At this point, you see the man you've met last night, Antoni Bielecki, in his long military coat, suit underneath, approaching you.
I think I'm a little too distracted to see him coming.
Yeah. You probably aren't, but he comes up to you. Good evening.
Good evening.
Oh, good evening.
Nice to meet you.
Miss Sivek, do you mind if we speak for a moment?
Yes, of course.
Please come with me.
Yes, I will. I just glance at the girls and I'm gonna follow him.
No problem.
So you follow him. He leads you to a small table in another part of the room near the entrance. He pulls out a seat for you.
Thank you.
Sits opposite. I didn't get the chance to do this yesterday, but I wanted to tell you that I appreciate what you did during the war.
Thank you.
I think it's very noteworthy, and I respect it. And if you need any help, you can come to me.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. I will definitely remember these words. And the same goes for you. If you ever need anything, I will try to help.
He almost starts sighing, then shakes his head. I'm afraid there's a great many things all of us require at the moment. Any help is appreciated. But from what I hear, Sheriff already has a task for you.
Yes. We should get task tonight. We're waiting for him.
Please be careful. These are dangerous nights still. I just had to deliver some bad news to a sire. He glances slightly to the man in the green avant-garde checkered suit sitting next to Mihail.
We just heard the news that a third other woman got missing.
Yes, indeed. I've been looking for her. I don't seem able to locate her, and I fear she might have been either killed or taken by the Sabbat.
Oh.
Of course, that's just an assumption, but seems the most likely one.
Huh, that's a shame. Well, hopefully we will be able to stop the Sabbat from taking the city. I really hope so.
As do I. I don't want to take up more of your time. I mostly wanted to express my respect
You're very
for your
kind.
fight for our city and our country.
Thank you. You're very kind. And it's very nice to hear. Do you need any help with anything?
I'm all right dealing with my tasks.
All right. So, but if you ever need another hand, I'm definitely willing and would love to help.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I will remember. And likewise,
Thank you.
I suppose you and your companions might need more help in this night than I do. So do not hesitate to come to me.
I will keep that in mind. Thank you.
And with that, he stands up.
I will stand up as well.
Yeah.
And does he look like I can go?
Yes. Basically, he doesn't want to.
Okay.
He moves in a way that suggests that he doesn't want to keep you any longer unless you want to discuss something.
I will nod to him and I will go back.
Okay. So meanwhile, Bea and Mara, you were left with Rahela. She sort of looks to the man as he walks away with Janina.
I like him.
I don't think I have much opinion on him either way. She says, but she glances to Bruno and she is kind of visibly tense.
That's something we don't know. We should be aware of.
No, he works for the sheriff. He's a hound.
Oh. That's an important job.
Yes. I don't know him well. Haven't really spoken to him at all.
He seems to have an interest in Janina, so he at least has a good eye, at least.
She looks a bit confused, but not quite sure what you mean by that statement.
He recognizes a worthy individual when he sees one.
Oh, yes, certainly. She looks to Bea with again the same worried expression as she has when she looks to Bruno. Is there anything we can do to help?
No, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. And I just sort of go and sit in silence and play with the locket around my neck and just think.
So you sit in silence. So Bruno is playing another calmer, yet still sad melody. Rahela stops talking and just looks at him and listens. Do you
Mara also listen to the music.
You also listen to the music. And Janina, you see them across the room as you head towards them. You see them sitting there quietly, listening, Bea playing with her lockets. And as you are crossing the room, Mihai,
No.
you hear him say, Neonate, what was your name again?
Oh, good evening, sir. My name is Janina Sivek.
Oh, Janina, please come here.
I will try my best to smile and seem comfortable and follow him.
Well, he's just sitting there. He's gesturing you to come to him.
Oh, I will approach him.
So you approach him. And this is where we will take a break.
Oh my god.
Thank God, because my bladder.
Oh my god.
Okay, so we will be back in about 15 minutes. Hope you will stay with us. We will see you then.
Bye.
Welcome back. Sorry for slight delay. We got sidetracked into some very bizarre off-topic conversation, but we're back now. So let's jump right in. Janina, You're walking up to Mikhail Orlov, sitting there, comfortably relaxed in the chair. Mara, you have heard him call Janina. It's a small enough room for it. Bea, I don't know how lost in your thoughts you are. You might remain oblivious to it.
Mara, for a moment, is visibly like this. Then she she tried to. She thinks for a moment, but probably if she joined them, it will be worse. So she keeps Mara keeps an eye on what is happening, and I elbow Bea, like.
What is it?
I gesture with my now invisible arms towards.
Rachel also looks like concerned as she notices it.
Should I interfere?
Let's see closely.
Okay. If something does start happening, I'll get involved. You stay here.
I would like to argue, but probably you are right.
Always, darling.
Don't get cocky.
Okay, so Janina.
I stare to the situation.
You're not the only ones. People are generally observing. Janina, you come close. Mikhail smiles at you.
I will smile back.
Janina, I heard a fascinating rumor about you.
Yeah?
Apparently, you're telling people that you want to punch me.
Oh yeah, I said that, but it was a joke.
Was it now?
Yeah, I like to joke. I like to punch the most beautiful people around.
Well, that's quite a curious taste.
Yeah, I just can't help it.
Well, go on then. Try.
Oh, I don't want... I want to in my head, but then I see you and I don't want to ruin your beautiful face. You're the most beautiful one around. Wouldn't be a shame? And, I don't want to embarrass myself.
I'm going to get up and start moving towards them.
So you start moving towards them. Mara, what do you do?
I'm like... Mara is actually a bit like the meme with the people eyes. Yeah. It's like, well, she's doing well, maybe. It's not too bad. Okay. But call, scream if you want that.
So, Janina, as you say, you don't want to embarrass yourself. The man sitting to the left of Mikhail, the one with the thin mustache, smiles very venomously. I'm afraid it's a bit late for that, darling.
Well...
Mikhail just waves him sort of to the side. Your concern for me, Janina, is much appreciated. But do I detect fear in you? Could it be that you're simply scared?
Of course.
That you're all talk?
Yes.
And incapable of action?
Yes, that's exactly what I am. I'm all talk.
What are you feeling at the moment, Janina?
I think she doesn't really realize, for her, he's just another guy. She doesn't fear him, but she knows she has to behave. So she much rather embarrass herself, but don't do anything to make him angry, not because she was afraid of him, but because she doesn't want to make her sisters angry.
Are you angry?
I don't think she's exactly angry. I think she's like, she doesn't take it too seriously because, I mean, she doesn't want to punch him. So she much rather, like, because she promised she will behave, so she is willing to embarrass herself, like, to tell him that she's all talk and anything, but she doesn't want to punch him. So
he looks at you. So
maybe you want to punch me?
I do not solve my problems in such a barbaric manner.
Well, you're much better than me, that's for sure. I really...
He just smiles.
I really envy you, your manners, and how well behaved you are, unlike me. I would really love to learn this behavior. So
around this time, Bea, you come up.
If I may apologize, I really didn't mean it in a mean way. I just thought you were cute, and that's how I react to cute men. I'm really sorry.
That's how you react to cute people. You want to punch them.
Well, yes, but usually they don't hear about it.
Well, curious. I might take you up on that sometime.
So, I'm really apologize for if I...
How much willpower do you have, Janina?
5.
You have 5 willpower. All right. So at this point, you look to him and you start feeling love towards him.
Aww.
You feel like you want him to be pleased with you. You don't want to disappoint him in any way. You can't stand the thought of angering him.
All right. So
he smiles at you. Well, Janina, you say, why don't you show me how sorry you are? Come, kiss my hand. And he stretches out.
I will bow and kiss his hand, I guess.
You have to bow quite low, or you have to kneel down to do it.
I will bow. I will not kneel. I will bow as low as I can.
As you do, he pushes you slightly so that you fall to your knees.
Oh, okay.
Do you kiss his hand?
Yeah, I will. I guess I don't have another choice. So,
do you want to fight it, this feeling? You can do.
I want to fight it, but only so I was in control. I will still do the things that he wants, but just I want to feel like I do it because I want to.
All right, then roll your willpower with difficulty 8.
Sorry. Oh, I have 1, 2, 3, and 1 10.
Okay, 10. It's just 1 success 10 in this. So you can spend a willpower point to resist it for a moment. But as long as you are in his presence, you have to keep spending a point of willpower continuously.
I will spend 1 now, but I will hope that Bea will save me.
Bea, do you intervene in any way?
Could I... What would be the correct sort of way of dealing with this situation, do I think, from the things that Felicia has taught me on how best to handle sort of tricky political or...
Roll for wit and etiquette.
Okay.
Of difficulty 7.
I'm going to spend a point of willpower on this because I don't want to botch this.
Yes, that could lead to interesting results.
Yeah. Sorry, what was the difficulty?
7.
7. Okay, I've rolled a 9 and a 10, so that's 3 successes altogether with the willpower.
So you know from what Felicia taught you that he is maybe pushing what he should be doing here a little bit, but then he's the primogen.
Mhm.
So it wouldn't be appropriate or polite to point it out in any way.
No.
And you could attempt to intervene in a very respectful manner, but you know that generally in such situations it's better not to protest. And you could try asking or pleading.
Okay. I'm gonna roll a dice to see which way I want to go with that. just me personally.
Whatever helps you decide.
Yeah. Okay, I guess I'm intervening.
All right. Mara, what are you feeling looking at all of this? What are you thinking?
Mara is thinking that she will give like a count of 10 to Bea to do something, and if not, she's going to march right into the Toreador face, literally. She have horns, so she will.
Okay, so you're sitting there angry.
Yes.
All right.
She's smiling and she's listening to music, but she's really angry, and is going to intervene soon if Bea doesn't do anything.
Roll me self-control and performance to see how well you can present yourself as completely calm and smiling and listening to music. So difficulty. Are you very angry? You care about Janina very much, don't you?
Yes.
7.
Okay. Performance and self-control.
Yes.
Okay. Seven.
Yeah.
1.
1. You maintain your composure. Some people might notice that you glance to Janina with a bit of worry. You have a little flicker of anger in your eyes, but you mostly appear calm, composed, focused on the music, watching like everyone is. Bea, what do you do?
I'll approach, but keep a respectful distance, and then bow to him. I'm basically trying to follow as many etiquette rules as I can whilst doing this. And sir, I would like to apologize on my coterie as well, on my coterie's behalf, for any slight that may have been directed towards you.
He looks to you. There's this very confused expression. And you are?
Beatrice Wozniak, child of Felicia.
Oh, right. And you're a friend of Janina here.
Coterie mates, yes.
I think she's doing a good job apologizing herself. Wouldn't you say so?
If it pleases you, sir.
I appreciate your sentiment, of course. You are clearly better educated on proper behavior.
Thank you, sir.
But we and Janina are having a very pleasant chat, aren't we?
Yes, of course.
Janina, if you want to keep resisting this feeling of adoration and wanting to please him, you need to spend another willpower point.
I will let I will sacrifice myself and I will do whatever he wants. I don't care. I don't really care.
I assure you, Beatrice, I have no intention of harming her in any way. I wouldn't. She's a pleasant, young kindred like yourself.
Thank you, sir. It is simply that we're waiting for the sheriff to return, and he may be back at any moment, and I believe he has a task for us, so I simply wouldn't wish to delay him if such a time were to happen.
Oh, I'm sure Lucian can spare a few moments for me. But I appreciate your sentiment, and I won't keep her longer than necessary.
Would you mind awfully if I stayed in your company, sir?
Oh, be my guest.
At which point I will... Is there a seat nearby that I can take?
There is a seat.
And I will attempt to engage him in polite conversation to try and keep his attention.
What do you say?
I'm terribly sorry for my ignorance, sir, but I was simply wondering when you took up the mantle of the Toreador Primogen, sir.
Oh, very recently. After some of the more cowardly members of her clan decided to leave.
Ah. I suppose that, whilst a pity, it's clearly been beneficial, so. If I might ask, I understand that the Primogen Council acts as the council for the prince. Might I inquire what other duties that comes with?
He looks to you with this exaggeratedly bored expression. Now, Nate, are you trying to bore me to death? Is this some elaborate assassination attempt? By whom? Who could be so devious?
Should you wish to change the conversation, we can.
Oh, I'd rather... Why don't you chat to one of my companions? And he gestures to the woman who's sitting next to you, and the man on his other side. While I return to my talk with Janina, after all, we wouldn't want to delay the sheriff when he comes up. And he gives you the most charming smile and turns back to Janina.
Janina, heart in her eyes.
Janina, he looks to you. Considers you. You have a lovely friend.
Thank you.
Oh. I just can't be angry at you. You're all so adorable.
Oh, thank you.
All right. I'll do more than that. I'll give you a gift. And he stretches out his hand. Please, drink some.
I will try to resist.
I can see this because I am a bit far away.
You can see what is happening.
Okay. First, I ask briefly to Rahela, right, if his child is anyone.
Sorry?
If I ask Rahela if she has seen the Toreador child.
Oh, I know where she is. She's in her room. She usually stays there. Haven't seen her tonight, but I'm pretty sure she's there.
Okay, but we need to. Okay, there's no time for this, but later. When I realize what he's trying to do, I will strike.
Right, so you start heading that
dearest
way.
friend.
You
I'm
start heading
approaching
that way.
my dearest friend, Toreador boss.
Meanwhile, Janina, because you stopped resisting at some point, I say you have to roll again.
Okay, so what was it? The willpower?
Willpower.
Okay, so now I have only 4. So. And what was
difficulty
the difficulty?
8.
Oh, so I have 2 8s and 10.
You can resist. You can spend a willpower point to resist.
Okay, but now I have like 3 willpower, so yeah. I will try to resist, but in my mental note, I will try to think that if I will have to drink, I will pretend to drink, but I will not swallow it if I can.
Well, he's looking at you, expecting something. You can resist. You are in control. What do you do?
I will. Oh, my sir, but I don't want you to spend.
Shh. I insist.
What about next time? Maybe I don't think I deserve that.
Janina, you're offending me. You wouldn't want to offend me, no?
I don't want to offend you, my beautiful lord, but I think I don't deserve this. I want to deserve your gift.
Mara, you come up at this point.
Well. Aren't you trying to make me jealous?
He looks to you.
Who looks almost like me.
Does it bother you? How curious. Janina, I insist.
Of course.
You need to spend another willpower point if you want to resist.
Well, I only have 3 will, so I don't want to end up causing a scene here, so, well, I will do it. Damn it. Can she maybe later vomit it?
Well, you have to try.
Okay, she will take it, but she will try to do as less as possible.
So
I will
your
spend willpower.
fangs appear and you move as if you were to drink. At the last moment, his hand moves really quickly, and he just lays his finger on your lips. I changed my mind. And he leans toward you, puts his hand on the other side of your head, bringing you closer, leans to your ear, and says, "But remember, I can make you do whatever I want." And he pushes you slightly.
Am I still under his spell or not? Or I'm already I can think.
You still are for a moment. He leans back in his chair, smiles at Bea. No one actually attempted to engage you in a conversation, unless you tried to talk to somebody else.
I think I'm perceptive enough to read the room. And I stopped talking, but I kept watching.
Yes. So he glances to you, smiles. He looks at you, Mara.
Oh.
I'd lean up, take Mara's hand, and squeeze it quite hard.
Mara,
it was a pleasure to see you all, especially you, Janina.
It was a pleasure as well. I can't wait for us to see each other again.
And he
Well,
looks back to the man sitting at his left side. So tell me again about this poem you've been writing, completely losing interest in you.
I stand up.
The effect drops at this point.
Okay, I'm gonna get up, excuse myself, and go back towards Raquel and Bruno. I'm not even glancing to the girls. I'm just.
Yep.
So you just head straight there.
I am following, still holding Mara's hand in this vice grip.
I follow. And I just smile towards the toreador.
He doesn't look at you at all.
But I don't say anything.
Sitting at his side. You get back to Rahela and Bruno.
Yeah.
Rahela just looks to you, worried.
I just smiles at her. I won't make another same mistake again, so I'm not gonna talk about it here.
Yeah. How much willpower do you have left, Janina?
3. I have 3.
You have pretty exhausted. You feel pretty exhausted mentally at this point. Visibly tired.
Oh, I will. If there is a seat, I will sit next to Raquel.
There are some seats you can sit
and
there.
I'm gonna wait for the girls to come back.
I will try and slide into seats next to Janina and then lean over and take her hand and loosen the grip on Mara's, but just sort of take everyone's hands and just lightly squeeze.
I will just whisper, I'm fine. I'm fine. It's okay. We can talk about it home.
I nod slightly and give you a faint smile.
Yes, I have a lot of things to say, but I'll say that later.
Yeah.
Pleasant drinks, of course.
Yes. We can just talk about how.
I turn to Rahela. Does Bruno write his own music?
He does, yes. It's all his composition.
Was he an artist in life, or he picked up after?
As far as I know, he played already in life.
He's talented.
He really is. I could listen to him all night.
Yes, that I can understand. He should perform regularly in a match.
Often. Sometimes for here, sometimes downstairs. It's less emotional then. He can't allow himself to cry when he's downstairs.
Well, of course, yes.
You wanted to meet Anna Maria?
Absolutely. It will be great.
I can take you to her.
Oh, marvelous.
We should maybe wait for the sheriff.
Janina's almost sleeping.
I'll sort of pull Janina so that her head can rest on my shoulder.
Yeah. I will try, I'm just tired, but I will try to just to remain concentrated and try to keep all of my thoughts at bay for later.
I'll slowly start sort of stroking her hair.
And I will listen to the music of Bruno.
What are you thinking about, Janina? How are you feeling right now?
Tired. I think she doesn't really care about what he did. She doesn't care that she embarrassed herself because she did it. So it was a lesser evil that she just had to do it, and she just hoped it was enough, and that the jerk will leave Mara alone, and that's all she probably can do it, because she doesn't want to think about him much, because she would get angry, so, and she's too tired. So she just tried to lose herself to the music and feel the emotions from the music that Bruno plays, and maybe think about about Bruno, because she likes him. She doesn't know him very much, but from what she sees, like he seems like a good person to her standards.
How about you, Bella? What is in your head?
This feeling of helplessness, sort of angry, protective rage, but also real fear that this could probably escalate. Also relief that didn't go further than it did. And I'm aware that he is now conscious of Mara's friendship towards Janina, and also he's now aware of my existence, I guess. I'm less worried about that, but yes, I'm deeply concerned that this is going to become a thing. And there's not much that I can do about it, but we have at least apologized to him in a public setting. I can only hope for the best, and I'll look at some omens later when I'm not in this room.
How about you, Mara? What's in your head?
Mara is thinking right now is thinking something like, well, the game is on, so he went for Janina. Let's see if I can go for the child, how it will go. But she honestly, she's just interested. She doesn't want to hurt the poor, unfortunate lady. She's planning for her, to the best of her knowledge, she's planning how to play this, because she's not going to forgive or not forget him for having humiliated Janina. But
Right.
it's not the time and not the place right now. Scheming.
Right. You're scheming, but you don't know what yet. And eventually you see Lucian come back, and Felicia and Roman also enter the room. They look around and head towards you. Lucian stops to talk to Antoni briefly. Felicia comes towards you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, girls. Yourselves. Oh, yeah. I must say, the meeting was very pleasant. I'm afraid I will have to stay here for a while. There is something the prince wants me to do. So I just wanted to let you know I will be here. I will have some time to get better.
Very well.
I really wanted you along with me, but apparently you are to get a different job.
Yes.
I understand. I'm sure you will do very well, and maybe then I can persuade Mr. Topolsky to let me have you as a help in this task. I think you could really help us. But that's something we can discuss later.
Of course. I will then turn to Mr. Topolsky.
Well, he's not. He's about to come towards you.
Oh, yes, he's still speaking with Antoine. Yes, okay. Very well.
At the same time, Mara, Roman comes up to you. Enjoying yourself?
Well,
I flash you a warning look.
I have an interesting experience. And I have some plans. I smile.
Take it as yes. The Primogen wants to talk to you.
Okay. I suppose.
Told me, well, you're supposed to have a little chat with the sheriff now, but come find me here and I'll take you to her. She didn't really want to come down.
Okay. I'm already okay. I'm already preparing for another interesting experience. Okay. Yes, I'm ready. Let's. I will catch with you later.
And at this point, Lucian joins you.
Good evening,
May
sir.
we talk somewhere private?
Of course, sir.
Please follow me.
Yes.
And he leads you downstairs to the balcony where you talked last night. To the same table that is isolated from some mortals who are there smoking. You hear some piano music coming from the cafe. It's not as good as what you've just heard from Bruno. But it's good. It's a reasonable quality. It's not that soaked with emotion.
It's not causing me to have visions of doom, so...
No, it's not. It's much more pleasant in that way.
Ugh.
And Lucian sits down, gestures for you all to sit at the table.
Yes.
Smiles. So how are you enjoying yourselves at the Elysium?
Very well, thank you. I would put
it's very
effort to
interesting.
smile.
Yes.
Well,
I believe we're learning a lot about politics.
Oh, yes. I have a lot to learn.
A careful sort of measuring look. Well, anyway, we aren't here to discuss politics.
No.
We have a joke for you.
Yes, sir.
We thought of you because it concerns something that happened on the other side of the river, not far from what I've been told you reside. We've been alerted to the fact that a certain doctor working at a clinic in Grahov district, and he gives you where the clinic is, its name, has been making about the condition that resembles, well, what we are. His name is Nikodem Malinowski. We've looked a little into what's happening in the area and found mentions that there's also been a case of a man telling everyone that he's been attacked by a very aggressive, out of his mind, almost frenzied young man. And there's been some reports of people being assaulted. As you can probably guess, we would like you to look into this matter. We don't think it's Sabbat. It doesn't seem their style. Might be another lost soul. However, it appears that we are also dealing with a Masquerade breach. So I would like you to go there, assess the severity of the situation, find the person who is responsible, and evaluate them. Give me your thoughts on whether they can be brought into our society or have to be dealt with otherwise.
Yes, sir.
Of course.
Is there anything else you require? Janina, I remember you are familiar with medical knowledge and environment. That's not for this particular task. You will have an ease navigating the clinic and looking through any kind of information there that we wouldn't want getting out.
Of course.
Do you have any questions?
If we locate the kindred, what should we do with him? Should we imprison him or just observe him and report it back to you?
Well, I leave that up to your assessment. If you deem this person to be suitable for bringing into our society, by all means let me know and we will arrange it so that you can bring them to me. If they prove more problematic, deal with the situation if you can. Or if you discover something more disturbing and more dangerous, bring it back to me and we will take it from there.
Very well, sir.
Very well.
I will admit I have not been getting good feelings about this.
I understand, but I'm afraid we need somebody to find out.
Oh, no, of course. Sorry, I was reading omens regarding this particular mission earlier this evening, and I was getting pain, loss, fear, and someone being lost. I've also been getting separate warnings regarding something predatory and death. I have yet to figure out what that's relating to. But I thought it was worth bringing to your attention, even if it's not necessarily relevant yet.
He looks at you, listening, like completely attentive. Nods his head. Thank you. I won't pretend that I know what to make of it at this point. But keep me informed. Any insights can prove helpful at this time.
Yes, sir.
She's pretty accurate, usually.
Thank you.
This task doesn't need to be performed immediately. You're free to enjoy yourselves at the premises of the Elysium, if you wish. However, I would like you to start investigating soon. If not, this night. Well, just don't leave it too long.
No, of course not, sir. If it's all right with you girls, I would like to get started sooner rather than later. Do you have any further questions?
I don't think so.
There is a particular location where last news about this kindred was heard.
Well,
I think
we know
it's at the hospital.
It's just a clinic and the general area around it. You know this district. It's somewhere to the south of where your haven is. It's not far. It's maybe half an hour, 40 minutes walk. Maybe a bit more.
Okay.
so yeah, you would know that. Mars can arrange a transport back to your haven when you require it.
Thank you, sir. Do you have any of the names or addresses of any of the victims of the attacks, the assaults?
I'm afraid no. The rumors picked up.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. But I'm sure if you ask around, someone will be able to point you in the right direction.
Indeed. That's... And have there been any in-depth descriptions of what the frenzied man looked like?
Not that we know of.
Not that we know
but
of.
Our
okay.
resources are stretched pretty thin.
That's fair.
So I hand it over to you, and I trust.
Of course.
You will provide me with all this information.
Indeed. Excellent. I guess we should head off if that's all right with you girls.
Yes, of course.
Yes, I probably have briefly to introduce myself to my primo again.
Oh, yes, of course.
Elysium says I have to get back to other tasks, so if you excuse
of course.
me. And he gives you a slight bow and walks away.
Thank you very much, sir.
You are at the table when you have some privacy now.
I slightly, my posture slightly slumps, but only very slightly. Right.
You are both okay? I'm fine. I'm just tired, but I think if we will, I will get fed after we will leave here. I'm gonna be better. It's fine.
Yes. I have a lot to say, but I'll say it later.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
I have to meet my boss.
You go ahead.
I don't have your gift, Bea, but I don't have a good feeling about this.
just be okay.
Later.
I take Mara's hand and just give it a quick squeeze. I believe in you, darling.
She's certain.
Thank you very much, but I can, yes. Well, let's go and get over with this.
Janina, shall we stay here?
Okay,
maybe
I'll join you.
Like, somewhere in the vicinity here, so we... How long do you think, Mara, it will take so we can go and meet in front of the hotel?
All right, okay.
Mara very not so happily go towards the looking for Roman.
So you're leaving the table, yes. Because you left the lounge, you went, downstairs to the balcony over the lobby.
Later, girls.
See you.
I'll find you in the lounge.
Yes.
Thank you.
No, we'll I think we'll stay at the balcony. Just you can spot us easily enough.
Okay.
I think we've had enough of those sorts of interactions for one evening.
Yeah, I need.
Okay. I go to impress the boss.
You can.
Okay. So you are heading back to the lounge. As you enter, you see Felicia there talking to Bruno. He's not playing now. He's leaning against his piano, talking to her, and they're deep in a conversation. But she notices you as you enter and smiles at you.
I smile back to her, and I look for Roman.
And you see Roman sitting somewhere. He is talking to to a woman who looks to be maybe in her late 30s. She is dressed rather plainly, more of this like sort of beige office look. And as he sees you, he says to her, well, it was nice talking to you. I'm sure we'll get plenty of opportunities in the nights to come, but I'm afraid duty calls.
I smile pleasantly to both of them and I look at
the
Roman.
woman nods to you. She says, was that... You're not Janina, are you?
No, I am Mara.
Can you tell me where I can find her?
You can find her on the back. I
my God.
point towards the general direction. You will find my beautiful sisters at the balcony, enjoying the evening.
Thank you. Be sure to
I insight checked where if you seem angry.
Roll empathy and perception. Difficulty 6.
I want to know if she means trouble.
Vibe check the vampire.
One success.
You have no idea what she's thinking.
Nope. Let's hope the girls can deal with her.
Janina can't deal with anything.
So Roman, like, he offers his arm. Tell me, my lady.
Yes, indeed.
And he leads you out of the room and upstairs, and you pass. At some point, you pass the corridor with red carpet upstairs. You pass the room, the banquet hall you've been in yesterday, and then you go through the door into some corridors, and he's leading you into. You think the area where you went with Lucy to feed. Meanwhile, Bea, Janina, you stayed on your own. Mara just left.
Just taking Janina's hand.
Janina will just leave her head on her shoulder.
Yes. Sort of slowly running her fingers through her hair as she's sitting there.
Did I do good?
I think that you did about as much damage control as you possibly could have.
Okay.
We maybe need to...
What I tried to do.
We maybe need to brush you up slightly on etiquette, but honestly, I think that could have gone worse. I know it wasn't good, and...
I don't really care.
Well, I care, darling. Yep.
I mean...
You deserve better than that.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about other things.
Yeah. Are we? The balcony is outside.
No. It's a balcony. It's like over. It's like a floor inside. Over the lobby, and it's over. It's on side overlooking the lobby.
I got it. So I'm overlooking the lobby and trying to look at people to distract myself.
You see various people walking past. You see two women walk from the cafe, giggling holding each other. They are like swaying slightly as they walk. They are heading towards the stairs, just laughing, clearly very happy. You see some man putting on his coat and a hat, looking very tired and leaving.
I'm thinking, I wish I could leave. I wish I could be him.
You see Elisa walking through at some point, heading towards the cafe.
She was the Tremere?
The Tremere, yeah. You see some other people walking, using hands, or just chatting. A few people smoking, standing there. They're just people going about their evening. It's getting quite late now. Quite a few of them look under the influence of alcohol visibly. And you're sitting there. And at some point you see this woman in a beige skirt and elegant, but like a professional blazer, walking towards you, straight towards you, with a friendly expression on her face. She's looking. And she is coming
Good
towards
evening.
you. May I sit with you?
Oh, of course you can.
And she sits down. Meanwhile, Mara. So Roman leads you there. Into one of the rooms, which is arranged as an office. And in there, with her legs put up on the desk, you see who now appears as a very thin woman dressed in sort of woolen brown trousers and some kind of white shirt. She's looking very tired. Her hair is kind of messy a bit. All her clothes look a bit like she's been wearing them for a while, and they're not exactly dirty, maybe, but they definitely could use some ironing. But she doesn't appear to care at all.
Okay.
Roman walks in. This is Mara. Mara, my dear, this is Wolf, my sire, and our Primogen. I'm terrible at this. I'm gonna go now if you don't mind, he says, looking straight at Wolf, who just like smiles at him. It's like, just right, bugger off.
You did great, in my opinion. You did good. You just need to believe this more.
He looks at you and just like, expression, and leaves. Well, not he does, and leaves. She just looks towards you.
I look towards her and, well, I'm honored to meet you. I'm Mara. I don't know. I never met.
She stands up at this point, looks to you. You're quite tall, aren't you? Normally, Mara.
Yes.
So she would be about your height.
Ooh.
She looks towards you, rests her hand on her hips. Right, Mara. let's get this over with. Where did you come from?
From my theater. I literally here and there.
I mean,
and
your sire. What's the story? I know. It's that Abelard guy, isn't it?
I never bothered to ask his name. It's irrelevant. It's just this man dressed with this stupid gold coat.
Yeah, okay, that's the one. We're gonna have to find him. Do you know how we can go about that? Do you have anything that would be actually useful?
To find him? Why would you want to find him?
Because I want to have a chat with him. That's why.
Well...
and also, it's none of your business.
No, not judging tastes here, not judging.
She rolls her eyes. Listen, girl, let's get something straight. Don't pull that attitude with me or with anyone for that matter. Or we're gonna get your ass kicked.
Well, yes. You're not the first to tell me that. And I've been here 2 days, so...
yes, but I'm the one responsible for you. And I don't like talking to half the people here anyway. And I'm sure talking to them about you would be even worse. So please, don't make me go through this for your own sake.
The last time I see him was at my place. Is that I give her direction to where my theater is. Well, they are going to destroy it soon. So I don't know if we would be the place.
Well, I'll send someone there. Maybe we can still catch him.
You can try.
Right. Well, enough about that. Pain in the ass. How about you? What can you tell me about yourself?
Nothing that will make you enjoy my company more, I fear.
She just rolls her eyes at this.
Hey, you know, I never planned to be an undead monster. I never trained thinking about what would be useful after I was dead.
Well,
I'm an actress.
Neither of us princess, but you know, we have to deal with the situations we are given.
Absolutely. I am an actress and a damn good one, and I can do all an actress can do.
You can pretend to be other people.
You
can pretend to be other people. Pretend.
To be other people, I have a lot of fun transforming, yes.
I'm not interested in your fun. I'm interested in how you can use it.
Well, I never put that in an extremely practical use, but I guess I can.
Well, food for your thoughts might be worth considering.
Absolutely. It can be useful, yes.
So, you're an actress. Apparently,
yes.
You told the prince you're a spy.
Well, yes, it's the only thing I could think of that I can do. I transform.
Well, Sounds good enough for me. I'm sure it will come in handy. Assuming value your person less than your skills. I heard you got into some misguided rivalry, or whatever you imagine it is, with the Terrier Primogene.
Mara looks around for a bit. I can't speak freely.
Go on.
It was... yes, it's a way to put it. But really, there's no way that me and him can be in the same room for a lot of time and nothing will happen. There's no way. It's natural. It's like there's a spotlight and there's not enough space in there for a lot of people.
Yeah,
so we
maybe
gravitate
leave that
there.
Spotlight to a much more powerful person.
It's I don't. It's like you know, a moth with a flame, sort of things. If there's
what happens when the moth comes to the flame? It gets fucking burned, and then it's ash. Another thing to think about.
Maybe I will be more a luckier moth. I don't know. It's bound to happen, but it wasn't really not serious. Well, it was, but it's more like we need the same thing, and there's not enough of it for everyone. And I'm not talking about blood, strangely enough, but attention. But I know everyone have the same expression when I talking. So
yeah, but I'm the one who's gonna have to hear about it, and I don't want to hear about it. So make sure I don't hear about it. That's the word. She just shakes her head. Listen, I'm going to say this once.
Okay.
And after that, it's on you. He's a vain and petty man. And he's a dangerous man. And no one here will value you above him. I certainly won't. So consider that. Games, maybe get yourself a deck of cards. That's it from me. Get out of my sight. No, go.
I go.
How are you feeling right now?
It could have gone worse. Mara wasn't expecting the Primogen would have liked her, and she didn't, but it was expected. It could have been worse. She's a bit she feels a bit lonely, but it was as she expected it will be. She's starting. She already started to realize that she's probably in the wrong clan. Simply, from her point of view, she's a bit sad about that, but and she just hopes she will not have to see her sire. She's thinking about her sire a bit, actually. If he's like the others or not. So
you don't want to see him.
Mara probably, she will never admit that, but she probably wants to talk to him now that she has seen what other Nosferatu are like.
Yeah. You remember a mention of one Nosferatu who was maybe more like you? The
Yes,
dancer.
the dancer.
And you see Roman waiting there for you. Not
Hey.
quite outside the door, but as you start walking along the corridor. Meanwhile, a woman comes up to you. Can I sit down?
Yes,
Yes,
of course.
She looks to you. Looks to Janina. You're Janina.
Yes.
Your friend there is, well, you must know. Got me confused for a moment there. Looking exactly like you.
Yeah, she likes to do that. It's her thing.
Right. I just wanted to introduce myself. You can call me Elka.
What?
Elka.
Elka. Okay. Nice to meet you, Elka.
Yeah. Yes, excuse me, Beatrice, I know you must. I wanted to talk to Janina because we are from the same clan and there aren't many of us here.
No, of course.
I figured you might appreciate company. How are you holding up? I saw what happened.
Oh, I'm fine. It's okay. It's not a big deal.
You handled yourself well. For a moment there I was worried you would actually jump him or frenzy. Believe me, many of us would.
Oh, I try to work on my control, so I think that I'm holding up pretty well when it comes to this. But I know our clan has an issue with this, so I try to check myself. Because
Can't even imagine. She smiles, just at some thought or memory.
How old does she look? Like 30s, 40s?
Well, as a human, she looks to be around 40, late 30s.
Okay.
As a vampire, you have no clue.
Yeah, I meant like in human.
Yes.
It's a surprise.
She pretty?
She's average looking, sort of. Fairly plain.
Okay.
So, how are you finding our society? It's not as bad as it looks.
No, it's not as bad. I think it's fine. Like, I haven't seen much of it, but everything seems well, and everyone is well behaved. And I smile at that.
Well, you certainly are unusual for one of us, but don't get me wrong, I'm glad. I'm also some of an unusual one. I'm still here after all.
Yes, I think I heard about you from our Primogen.
Yes.
Because you weren't here last night when we were introduced.
No, I was busy looking for missing Toreador.
Oh yes, we heard about that.
Antoni. He spoke very highly of you. Another reason why I wanted to meet you.
Thank you. I'm flattered. Thank you. He seems to be a very noble man himself.
I like him. You're going to.
I think I find our clan the most, how to say it, friendly?
Approachable?
Approachable, yes.
Oh, Antoni is not from our clan.
Oh, I meant like the Primogen, which I thought the last one.
Oh no, Antoni is the man you talked to earlier tonight. The one
yes,
who
that's
met you with the sheriff.
Yes,
that's
but
Antoni.
Before I was talking about
Okay.
The confusion.
Alright.
What was the Primogen name?
Sigmund.
Sigmund, yeah. Because I was talking about him. But yes, and Anthony, from which clan is Anthony? Do I know?
No, you don't know.
Yeah, okay. All right.
So she looks at you. Yes, Primogen, you should talk to him more. You can learn a lot from him. I certainly did, and I have a friend who did, who she learned even more. He's a very learned man, very wise.
Yes, that's vibe I'm getting.
That many of us would agree.
I haven't met many of us beside him, you, and my sire.
I'm afraid that's all there is here at the moment. The rest, let's say, had a bit of a different idea during the war and
did they
left us.
away? Yeah.
I'm not sure where they are.
Your sire, if I may ask.
Don't know where my sire is. We didn't part on the best terms.
Oh.
Mostly because I stayed with the Primogen. She's more... you'll see if she appears. Not bad as such, just difficult to get along with sometimes.
I can understand.
I think she's still stuck in whatever revolution she came from.
And what is her name, if I may ask?
She goes by Zoya.
Zoya. In case I'm ever gonna meet her.
We will locate them sooner or later. I must admit we haven't been looking particularly hard, but I'm sure Primogen certainly wants to find the rest. She looks to you, Bea. This must be awfully boring to you.
No, not at all. It's been a long while since I was last at court, so I'm playing catch up at this point.
Yes, you would have probably met some of people we're talking about here before decided they're better off on their own. I hope they weren't too wrong. I know Zygmunt wants to find them.
I hope he does.
They're going to give you a lot of shit for talking positively about Antoni, you know that.
And what clan is he, if I may ask?
Oh, he's the Ventral. They will find it a disgrace that we're on friendly terms.
Oh.
Not that I care.
So, what about the missing Toreador? Did you find anything about her?
Not really. She's been trying to establish some contacts for us in various media and didn't return 2 nights ago. She's been gone ever since.
And do you know where she disappeared? Like in the vicinity? Where could she go?
When she gives you a place or like a newspaper agency, one of the main newspapers. So that's where she went. But she's been moving around. She was quite resourceful. I was hoping we'd find her.
Oh, well, maybe she's just hiding. Maybe she's hiding from the Sabbat. We had one of our own, our Bea's sire, was also missing for a few days, and then she returned. So maybe she will turn out.
Is there a newspaper or anything that's been left around, just near where we're sitting?
You can find one somewhere.
I want to pick it up and start flicking through the pages and just sort of watching as the words scan past, and just focus on Adela, the newspaper agency, and 2 nights ago, and I want to try and see whether any words pop out at me.
Okay, so roll for perception and And awareness. Sorry, my mind went blank for a second there.
That's
with
familiar.
difficulty 8 because you're looking for something very specific.
Okay, that is an 8, a 9, and 2 10s.
Wow, that's
So 6 successes.
You got 6 successes.
It's quite hard to say as well.
So, you get words that pop up at you, and they are violence in some article.
Violence.
Violence. There is wounds, tears, pain, mutilated. And then the words are blending into one another, almost fighting for your attention, almost ripping themselves to shreds. And you know that she's met a violent fate, and she's still suffering.
Yeah.
I take my pen out, grab the newspaper, start circling the words that I spotted, and then sit back, looking slightly exhausted.
So, Janina, you see that. You see Bea just bringing a newspaper, flicking it, and circling words like violence, pain, mutilated, wounds, tears,
I will
brutal somewhere.
I will wait till she finishes.
Elka looks with interest as well.
My apologies. From what I saw, it doesn't look good for her, but I don't think she's met final death yet. But she's suffering.
Whether that's better or worse, I don't really know.
I'm afraid I can't give you much other than she is suffering.
Well, thank you. I will convey that to the sheriff. And
I'll slide the newspaper across the table.
Should tell it to her sire. I'll have to think about that.
That's fair. Apologies, I couldn't be more specific.
I didn't mean to.
Oh no,
that way.
It's been a night of it. Apparently, there's just been a lot of these.
Years of it for me.
Well, yes.
I'm jealous of your optimism, she says, looking to you, Janina. I forgot what it feels like a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to see the good and positive in everything. And she smiles.
She smiles at you. She looks very tired at this point, just with everything. Meanwhile, Mara, you leave, feeling like you're in the wrong clan and isolated. A Roman is waiting at the end of the corridor, looks to you with a bit of concern. Right, so how much of a bitch was she?
I'm all wool, not bones broken.
Let's get out of here. I'm probably gonna stay and, work on family ties. But I'll walk you back to, I don't know, I wanna say bye to Janina and Bea.
Don't worry,
Oh no, I'm in no hurry to get back there.
Okay, now to reply to your question, she starts to get going.
Right, so you lead him back.
Well, it went better than I expected. Well, she doesn't like me, but that was expected.
Well, I thought it could go either way, but Yeah. Listen,
She
she's not.
isn't bad.
I know I call her a bitch in every sentence, but she's not actually that bad.
I know.
She, from what I hear, kept lots of us alive during the war, and well, she gave me all the good advice that helped me survive.
Yes, I think
She won't be friendly about it,
she's a good.
but she taught me well, I have to admit that. Although, he shrugs and shakes in an exaggerated manner.
Yes, I can imagine she was a good sire, and she is a good primogen. I am sure of it. She will do you good, and she starts.
Yeah, and you're walking, and he just leans to you as you're sort of walking downstairs toward the balcony. I don't know if to mention it to you, but be careful. She told me 2 of ours, of our clan, disappeared. Well, fairly recently, after the war, certainly in the last months.
Oh, what a joy! Never a good news. One day I will receive a good news, but not today.
Hey, I'm hoping as well. That day we'll celebrate.
Yes,
and you walk down, and you see Bea and Janina talking to a woman you've seen earlier who inquired about Janina.
Hello, girls.
Hey,
You missed me?
Good
of
evening.
course. How did it went?
Well,
Elkas
better
stands
than
up
I expected.
at this point. I'm not going to impose any longer. It was good to see you,
It was
Janina.
nice to meet you.
Don't be afraid to say hi.
I won't. I will certainly go find you next time we are here. It was lovely to meet you.
And she nods to all of you and leaves, leaving you with
Evening.
Roman.
I pick up the newspaper and stuff it in my bag.
Okay.
With a sigh.
Okay, I will not ask about the. Okay. No.
Just more good news, you know.
Okay. I have a happy news. Very happy.
Tell me more.
There are mortals around.
No, you're you're at the same table you talk where you talked with Lucian.
Okay.
And most people have
Nosferatu.
left by now.
Nosferatu are disappearing. Sorry, I was joking. It was not a good news. I was just.
You got my hopes up, darling.
Yes, I know.
I think we are locking you and Roman at home from now on.
Roman is looking at you, Mara. It's like, if I haven't told you that news myself, I would have punched you in the face right now.
Oh,
As a joke.
okay. I probably deserve this. But don't really punch me. I'm not exactly strong. So, no.
Curious. You sure you don't want to practice sometime, you know? Our clan is usually pretty strong.
Why? But I mean, I can, but there's a point. I'm really not strong. I mean, seriously, there's a
You
lot
all
of
see
work.
eyes. Suit yourself.
How are you doing, Roman?
I mean, I will not say no, but just be prepared. You will have a lot of work to do. Less than if I go into a fight with a normal person, he will probably beat me. I'm that bad.
She is.
Thank you, Janina.
I will stroke her hair.
Hey, I do art, not war.
Yes.
Well, maybe if I beat you enough times, you'll get tougher.
Yeah,
But only if you want. You know, I have better things to do.
Only a consensual beating.
Okay. This method ever worked or?
Works on me.
I guess. Okay.
You're asking, but I'm all right. Just, enjoying my newfound status. I'm
Golden child.
important. I'm not actually important.
Yes,
Us,
the
you are.
herald of the
You're important
Primogen.
to us.
Yes.
Yes, that's true.
Well,
You're my own.
I'm gonna have probably long chat with my sire now about every single thing that passed in the meantime. And hey, she said she's proud I'm still alive, so that's something.
Aww.
The way she said it hurt, like she didn't expect it, but I guess fair.
Take the little victories.
Well, as I told Mara, she's not really that bad. She taught me a lot of good stuff.
How it went, Mara?
Well, it was I mean, she ate me, but I was not beaten to torpor, so it went better than I expected. I mean,
That's fair.
I expected. How can I put this? Let's put it like this. Roman will always be my only Nosferatu friend. My very special only Nosferatu friend.
I'm touched. Truly.
Right? You feel special, right?
I do, but actually, you should feel special. After all, I am the child of the Prime.
Right.
And he laughs at this. He just burst out laughing for a moment.
And the most important one at this table.
Right, ladies, I'm gonna head back to my lovely, lovely sire.
I want to meet her sometime.
You probably get along. You will probably get along. I should have sent you, since we look alike tonight. It will probably would have gone better.
Janina, you might do. Right. Take care of it.
You too. And behave. You're important now.
Fuck me. And he just walks away.
Language.
With those words, laughing. He shows you a middle finger.
Some things don't change, and for that I'm glad.
And you are left alone at the table.
Not really. My wolf is great. You would like her.
Yeah?
Wolf is really great.
That's nice.
I mean, for other people, the less she see me, the better. But
the more you will get along.
You can appreciate her from a distance.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But you will be fine.
Okay, so what do you want to do? Do you want to, I will definitely need to feed before we will get to our task, if you want to go tonight.
We could head back to our neighborhood and then consider
yes,
feeding from there. And yes, I think it's best we start getting on with our job.
Yeah, I certainly don't want to spend more time here. Was enough.
I have some ideas, but I have time.
Sometimes
better
it's
focus.
Just to let you know, sometimes it's fast when you're in the Elysium listening to music, waiting, driving. So you might have time to feed, not necessarily to go there, start doing things.
Yes,
it will be an awkward hour to ask questions.
Okay.
I mean, there will be some people at the clinic, presumably. but you might not have enough time to get back. If
Okay,
you start.
so we will get ourselves. I will feed, then we go home, and the next night we can start early.
Yes, indeed. That
Sounds
like a
fine to
plan.
I
me.
think it will be better if we will all get more rest, and
Indeed.
Yes.
maybe we can learn a bit more about the clinic and stuff. I wanted to say to in the internet, but then I was thinking, like,
No internet.
Where?
Yeah.
Not so much.
Well, I can certainly scout the area unseen to
I think we should
get a general
start
feeling.
the next night. We should definitely start at the
Yes.
clinic.
Mhm.
We can come with an idea how to approach the doctor. I will forget his name. Nikolai, or what was Malinovsky?
Malinovsky?
Nikodem Malinovsky. I will write it to you later as well, so that you have it.
That's a pretty name. I like that.
Now to see whether we like his character.
I'm not sure.
We'll find out.
Yes. So, are you heading home?
Yes.
Go speak to Marios about that ride.
So you come up to him. He says, "Of course, right away." He picks up the phone. He's like, "I need a driver." Yes, he'll be all right. And soon the man who drove you, not the one who drove you previous night, but one of the two, who came to pick you up this evening, comes up, bows slightly. "Please follow me."
Thank you, sir.
And he leads you to a car. You get inside and you're driving among the ruined buildings, some rubble, across dark Vistula River with only shape of the moon reflected in it. And soon you are in your neighborhood at the place from which you were picked up.
We'll get out.
He leaves you there. You get out of the car.
Thank you,
And
sir.
he
Have a good evening.
drives. Good evening.
Goodbye.
And he drives away. You are in your neighborhood. What's in your head right now, Bea? What is in your head after all the night and
Swirling
all that
visions of doom. Concern for Adela. But glad that Janina's clan, at least the ones that we've met, have been relatively supportive of her. I will take if I take at least one positive from the evening, it's that.
How about you, Mara?
Mara has a lot to think about, mostly about... she's starting to be a bit worried about all this kindred disappearing first. And she's realizing that they need allies. They need to start to make plan. And she's don't know how to start or where to start because she realized her clan is probably not an option. So she has to find an alternative solution to keep her and her sister safe.
And how about you, Janina?
Janina has just like the wind and like the Western movies and the swirling.
Tumbleweed.
Tumbleweed, yeah.
No, I'm joking. Okay, so I think Janina's just very tired. She's... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, there was a vicious cat attack. And I think she's just glad that they're going home. And she's just very tired, and she doesn't even want to think about the Primogen, because she really hates him, but she doesn't want to allow herself to, especially after she talked about with her Bruja clanmate, when she talked about her, like she reminded her how Bruja are frenzied often, so she doesn't want to let this man take the victory, so she doesn't want. She wants to keep her control, and she did what she did, to do some damage control, and well, she will hope that it will be enough at least for. But she will make a mental note to never approach him, even after he will gestures her. She will just go away and won't approach him unless with someone else beside her. And that's all, probably.
All right.
She's just tired.
And you are on your own on a fairly empty street in your neighborhood.
Are there some people, like anyone I could
You see a homeless man sleeping in one of the archways, wrapped in some blankets.
Okay, I will tell girls that I will probably try to feed on him if they can watch.
No problem.
I will approach him. Is he asleep?
He is asleep.
So I will slowly walk towards him and gently pull up his scarf, if he has any, and will bite him.
Just roll dexterity and stealth with difficulty 5 because he is asleep.
Okay. What did you say? Sorry.
Dexterity and stealth.
Okay. 2 and... What was the difficulty?
5.
Oh, okay. So I got 2 10s.
Problem. He botched his roll. So
He's
he's sound asleep without a problem. You can bear his neck and drink some of his vita. How much do you take?
Just 2. Just the safe amount.
So you take the safe amount, you lick the wound close. You feel better after the wonderful taste of blood.
Okay. All right. Then I will, if I have any money, I will give some. I will give him some of the money under the blanket.
You have some. You don't have huge amounts of
just
money.
Like some.
But you would have some notes, coins to leave with him.
I will give them under the blanket.
He's still sound asleep. You can slip it in his pocket or something as well.
Yeah. Okay.
He's still
out.
He's still sound asleep.
Yeah, and then I will join the girls.
That was remarkably effective.
Yeah, I better.
Wow.
So
Let's go home.
Yeah, I'm ready to go home. And
so you are heading home. And you head you get to your street, head inside your building, and you notice that the door is slightly open, and there is some light on inside.
Oof.
I just hope it's nothing bad because I can't handle anything bad.
Okay. Okay. Girls, wait here.
But
I go to a dark corner, I obfuscate, and I go take a look.
Right, so you go closer to the door. As you come closer, you hear someone whipping and just like spasming from whipping inside.
And what I peek inside.
So you peek inside. You can't quite peek inside. If you peek inside just on this angle, that the door is open, you see the room. You see some blood stains on the floor.
Okay, because if I enter, I break obfuscate. I suppose if the door is closed.
Well, the door is slightly open. You can sort of try to sneak in if you
try
want.
to sneak in. Yes, I try to sneak in without the obfuscating.
Roll for wits and stealth with difficulty 7.
Wits and stealth. Nope. Nope.
All right, so you enter, opening the door. The door gives out this screeching noise as you open it that you didn't expect. And you can see inside. Janina, where are you? Are you outside?
You're
out the street. Because like she is not on the street, she's kind of on the staircase, you know?
Right,
So
okay.
did you go out the building or are you still on the staircase?
No, I think we're still in the stairwell.
Okay, so you're on the stairwell, so you can sort of see inside, you hear that noise. And Mara, you walk in hearing this noise. And you see 2 bodies stretch out on the floor. In torn clothing, all bloodied. One of them, that you recognize as your upstairs neighbor, Halina, is wearing the dress that you brought from the theater that Janina was working on. You see blood everywhere. You see the body of her little daughter there. You see a man who you also recognize as your neighbor from upstairs, the red-headed, freckled man just curled up by the body, crying, sort of looking towards you, but like startled, but not quite registering what's happening. And you see on the wall opposite several bloodied handprints and lip prints, as if someone just kissed the wall with the bloody lips. And writing saying, "Wish you were here." And that's where we will end for tonight.
That's one way of a cliffhanger.
Thank you so much for playing. Thank you to everyone who's been watching. We are ending on a cliffhanger, but I think it is appropriate at this moment. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you will join us again in 2 weeks, which I believe will be on the 26th of January, the same time, here on the Lamias channel. So thank you so much for being with us, and hopefully see you soon. Yes, this is very grim ending.
Yeah.
See you.
See you. Bye.